Hey, it's Julian Gordon here, and welcome back to the Build Momentum 28-Day Challenge. Today, we're going to talk about how to celebrate your success. I know a lot of people like that Jay-Z song, on to the next one, on to the next one, right? But when you think about that, and I love Jay-Z, but when you think about that, I'm just checking off boxes and then I'm on to the next one. I'm not taking a moment to actually celebrate what we just accomplished. And what happens is life just becomes this long to-do list of checking off boxes, and we never take a moment to enjoy and actually witness our growth and development. Because in order to accomplish something new, you have to become somebody else. And we have to celebrate that in the same way that we celebrate birthdays, in the same way that we celebrate holidays. We have to celebrate our accomplishments, not just the big ones, but also the small ones. And to the extent that we learn how to celebrate, the more fun life just becomes. And so when you think about life as check boxes, what does it look like? It looks like graduate from high school, graduate from college, graduate from graduate school, get a nice little car, get a good job, find some love, get married, pop out a baby, then get a home, pop out another one, upgrade to Honda Odyssey, and then get a bigger home, and the cycle continues. And I used to think that the person who checked off all these boxes the fastest was the person who was the most successful. And then I realized that that was not the case. You see, when you think about graduation, how many days does graduation last? It lasts one day, and it's a great day. People from all over travel to see you. You get money, you get flowers, and you finish this journey. But if you didn't enjoy the 4-year, 5-year journey that it took to graduate, then that one day actually pales in comparison to that length of time. So the real life takes place in the in-between spaces. It's not just these milestones, it's actually the in-between spaces. The milestones are important, but it's the in-between spaces that make up 80% of life. And so if we really want to enjoy life, we have to learn how to enjoy the journey. I love watching soccer. I love playing soccer. I used to coach soccer. I used to play it. And what I love about it is, one of the things I love about it most is the way they celebrate when they score a goal. And it could be their 6th goal of the game. It could be one goal that they score. But when they score, they celebrate like crazy. Partially because they don't have to run back to defense right away because the ref takes a moment to put the ball at the center of the field. Whereas in other sports, you gotta get back on it right away. So I want to show you this quick celebration of this one team that's known for how crazy their celebrations are after a goal. So take a moment and check this out. I think there's some music. So they scored a goal and they made a bicycle. And they're enjoying it, right? And so it's that kind of thing that makes you want to score again because you know that we're going to have a fun time celebrating our success. And so that's what we need to do this year. We don't just want to start another year and just create more boxes to check off in terms of goals. We actually want to acknowledge how far we've come at the goals that we set in the previous year. And so what I'd like for you to do is turn to these pages in the New Year Guide. It's called your progress report, right? Remember getting progress reports when you were in elementary school and you got that mid one where it said you got an A minus or A or no, what was it? We had like E's. I think it was E's in elementary school. I don't know if you remember those. E for excellent or something like that. But you would get those in the mailbox before your parents got home to double check, right? And then, of course, if it was good, you would pass it to them because those progress reports let you know that you were on track, right, to actually do well for the entire semester. So the first thing that's critical is column 1. And column 1 is getting really clear on how you are measuring your success, how you're measuring your progress. And it's different for all kinds of people. And this goes back to your definition of success. Most of these metrics, actually all of these metrics, should be some way connected to your definition of success and the 3 metrics that we came up with there. And so I'll share with you mine and what they were as of last year on December 31st and what they are as of this year. So one way I can measure my value of family is date nights with my wife. Jada's events that I missed, right? This is what I call a negative scoreboard. I want this number to be as low as possible. Meals with friends, my millionaire moments that I put in my daily gratitude journal, days I play basketball, personal income, business income, money raised for build.org, my social following online, trips to see my family, right? Not just trips where I happen to see my family, but trips where I'm intentionally going to see my family or friends. And so around this time last year, my wife and I had about 12 dates. This year, we can happily say that we increased that to 20. Last year, I missed two of Jada's important events. Some of them were not my fault. They got scheduled after I already had something else scheduled. But this year that number did increase, and I'm not happy with that. And so I want to get that back down going forward. Meals with friends. Meals with friends. I don't know why this says Billboard. Forgive me. Billboard. Meals with friends. I would say last year I had about 12, and I would say this year is about the same. So I know that there's opportunity for growth there, to be more intentional about how often I connect with my friends here in New York and even outside of New York. And then millionaire moments. Millionaire moments, as you know, I keep my daily gratitude journal. I've been keeping it since April 6, 2011. So far, I've documented about 15,000 moments of gratitude in there. Last year was about 1,800, and this year was about 2,000. So I'm actually, because I'm looking at the world through a mindset of gratitude, I'm actually getting better at that, and this year that number increased. Basketball days. I have to admit that I played more basketball last year than I did this year, and in the upcoming year I want to get that number back up because that is my form of exercise. It's really hard for me to exercise alone. I like to exercise by playing a competitive sport and playing with other people. I like exercise to be play in general, and so I need to get that number back up next year. Personal income. The year before I had about 20% growth. This year I had about 25% growth. And business income. The year before was 47% growth, and this year is about 30% growth. Last year we raised $11,313 for Build. This year, by December 31st, I expect us to raise over $12,000, and we were well on our way. Last year, my social following was about 15,000 people. This year is up to 23,000, which is a huge jump. And then last year, we had about 2 trips to see family in different parts of the country. And this year, we had about 2 as well. And so this is my progress. Did I fall off in some areas? I did. But because I'm actually measuring them in a tangible way, I can say I'm conscious of it. And now I can be more intentional about making sure that that doesn't happen in the upcoming year. So whatever this is for you, whatever these metrics are for you, I encourage you to document them. And so that as we go into the upcoming year, which is going to be our next task, we actually have some metrics to see a trajectory of growth in your life, right? It's okay if something dips one year, but ultimately we want to see a trajectory of growth in these areas of your life where are metrics that are actually meaningful to you. The metrics are not about just having big numbers. It's really about the meaning behind the numbers for you that makes it important. So go ahead and complete these 2 columns, these 3 columns first and foremost, and then in our next video we'll talk about the 4th column on the page. All right, so I will see you soon. Peace.